Hello everybody, Mike Arnold here, co-founder of Pat Trading Partners along with Bob Iacchino. So we had a lot of double bottoms turning into triple bottoms. So on all these charts, we're going to mainly focus on the daily charts today, but these double bottom patterns are not valid anymore. And a triple bottom is more often than not a continuation pattern, so keep that in mind. That's why we're still going to be looking for probably lower prices at this point. So NEO, if we get back through 56.89, we're looking for a cluster about 54.79 to 55.31. Slightly below that is 53.74, and then major levels are down around 50.36. So keep that in mind. Got into rotation zone, rotated back down. Now on a rally, there's now pretty significant resistance. First level of resistance is about 62. Next level 64, and the top of the rotation zone is coming in at 66.79. So that's what we'll be watching for upside should we get any traction. But we did have a divergence here, and it was in the rotation zone and rotating back down. So still a lot of weakness. We're just sitting on our hands. Here we have NEM. So again, now that's testing its lows right now. That's what we're watching for. If those break, next level is 0.2857, then 0.27972. Then we have a major cluster right around this 0.268 to 269 level. Again, we also had a divergence there. All it could manage to do was get to the 8 and then rotate back down. Major weakness in NEM. Nothing to do but be patient and wait for another high probability bottoming setup. Switching over to Bitcoin, again, as we recapped before, Bitcoin's spiking up to our 86.27. I'm just going to update this level now since rotation zone's below it. Rotating back down. Again, lots of weakness here. We're watching now to see if these lows hold or we get a retest. And if they do hold, we rally back up. This will not be a double bottom pattern because of this hitch in there. It's not reversing a move. It'll just be a sloppy horizontal channel. So 79.25 first level watching, then 78.05, then major cluster area 76.66 to 76.85, then 74.08. Now on a rally, first key level of resistance is about 85.20. Then we're watching 85.88. Then the declining 50 coming in at the 37.5% retracement level at about 86.53. So lots of overhead resistance we have to get through. And we're against the rotation zones on all the time frames. So we're just, again, sitting on our hands. Just wanted to update the levels. Checking in on Ethereum. Again, double bottom now turned into triple bottom. So these are invalid. Best case is it holds here and we form a sloppy horizontal channel. On any rally, first level resistance is about 693 to 700. Then we're looking about 718. Right now, couldn't hold the 50 yet. This bar is not closed yet. The day's not over yet. But if it closes below the 50, not a good sign because so far the 50's been able to hold it up and prop it up. If we close below the 50, we'll be watching for 637, then 623. And these are all levels I've listed on all of these 4 places. We'll watch for reversal patterns, divergences, spike bottoms, some kind of bottoming pattern. But again, sitting on our hands now, the rotation zone has collapsed on Ethereum also and against us. Major cluster area is 612, and then below that, we'll be watching our 586 to 598, sort of this wide zone because 50% retracement levels are very key. So those are what we're watching for in Ethereum. IOTA, again, we had this potential double bottom, now triple bottom. Rotating back up, couldn't even get into the rotation zone. Lots of weakness down here. Next key levels to the downside, we have a cluster at 158. Then 151 to 152, then 137. On the resistance, if we do rally, we're watching for about 180, and then on a higher rally about 189. But again, rotation zones against us on both the 4-hour and the daily, so nothing to do. And as I mentioned before, triple bottoms are generally continuation patterns, so we're being very patient and seeing if we get the lower prices and then a reversal pattern. And over to LITECOIN, where I feel like I'm repeating myself again. So the potential double bottom turned into a triple bottom. I'm just going to update these levels down to this spike low. And then we'll also do the GAN levels from the most recent swing. So we're right now trading on this 128.70 low and the 75% retracement levels. If we break below that, 125.74, then 121.78 to 122.71, major cluster there. If we break down below that, then we'll be watching for about the 114 level. Again, this closed right at the 8, could not get even in the rotation zone, and more weakness. I feel like I'm saying the same thing, but a lot of these are exhibiting the exact same pattern, so it's time to be very patient and let things turn in our favor, and don't just try to bottom pick and then get that stopped out or try to scramble out because we're against the rotation zones. Monero, we had a potential double bottom, which the levels changed in here, but this was a potential double bottom, which is done. Sometimes those levels change on this charting program, and I don't know why. Now, 178 to 179 was the next cluster. We're trading through that right now. So far, not holding. We can also do another projection down. We're just going to leave it at wait for this bar to close and see if we get a rebound, especially in the 4 hour, then do the again levels on there. But the next key level's down 168, and then if that does not hold, we're going to watch for a full retrace of this whole move, which would take us to 161 in Monero. Monero acting very weak. Do not be aggressive at all with Monero for the time being. And finally, since I love repeating myself so much, Ripple, double bottom to triple bottom. Levels are gone. So what can we watch for here? Let me put in the reverse scan box. So we can do a reverse scan box here. This is just holding up the 62.5 retracement level. That is very, very key for Ripple. I'm sorry, that bar disappeared. Don't know why that happened. 0.646 is very key. If we get a close below that, watch for a retest of the low, the 0.626 level. Then the major areas we'll be watching for about 0.595. Then major cluster 0.584. That's going to be very key. That's a 75% retracement and a GAN projection level. Then about 0.541 if these don't hold. Again, stopped at the 8, rotating back down. Just too much weakness. This is actually holding up way better than Monero. There's a couple strong ones. You can see how some were already making new lows. Some were retesting their lows. Ripple holding up a little better, but not a lot of strength in any of these we've just looked at. Just want to recap a bunch of these on the daily and say, don't be aggressive right now. We'll wait for a bottoming pattern. We'll wait for a maybe downside capitulation move, and then we'll take another shot. There's just too many things. Like here, we'll switch over. I haven't looked at any 4 hour charts. Don't know what happened there. Let me see, 4 hour. All right, we won't be looking at the 4 hour charts because it's just not switching. So let me see here. Let me try it this way. There we go. All right. So as you see here, this is just the same pattern. I'll just highlight it here. Again, rotation zone now against us. So any rallies in here is essentially you got to get above the rotation zone, get the rotation zone to catch, and then rotate back up. See, we got above the rotation zone, came back down, tested it, and could not get a rotation back up. So the rotation zone collapsed. Okay, that's the kind of thing that you're looking for. Again, if you do rally in Ripple, 0.685, first area of resistance, next area of resistance about 7238. So it's sort of about the repetitive nature of saying double bottom turning into triple bottom, but that's what they're exhibiting. There's a lot of correlation right now in everything, so it's time to just stand back and wait and be very patient. There'll be opportunities in the future. Just don't throw away your capital trying to chase a bottom. That's what we have for you. Bye for now.